Types of supply on the basis of movement or flow. So on the basis of movement and flow, it can be classified into two categories. Number one, inward supply. Number two, outward supply. Now what is inward supply? Inward supply means it means receipt of goods or services or both, whether by purchase, acquisition, or any other means, with or without consideration. That means if you are paying something and acquiring something, if you are paying something and purchasing something, then it is considered as inward supply. It may include all those transactions which also does not include any consideration. So that means that with or without consideration, both the types of transaction are covered under inward supply. Now what is outward supply? Outward supply means supply of goods or services or both, whether by sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease or disposal, or any other mode made or agree to be made with or without consideration by such person in the course or furtherance of business. Now, what is sale? Sale means it is just simply sale of goods. What is transfer? Transfer means interstate stock transfer. What is barter? Barter is nothing but a transaction involving exchange of goods or services. In this case, same activity constitutes supply as well as consideration. For example, a grocery shop owner exchanges grains for fruit from fruit seller. So it is a case of barter. Why? Because a grocery shop owner exchanges his grains with a fruit seller in exchange of fruit. So it is a barter. Now, exchange. It is a broader than barter, as it also covers a situation where goods are partly paid for in goods and partly in money. That means money and goods both are involved in this type of transaction. For example, old mobile phone is exchanged for a new one and some additional cash has been paid. यानी आप पुराना मोबाइल लेके नया मोबाइल लेते हो और थोड़ा बहुत पैसा पे करते हो, then it is considered as exchange. And what is license, lease, rental, etc.? It is nothing but one type of agreement between two parties where transfer of title may take place or may not take place, and it is one kind of service. And what is disposal? Disposal is nothing but like disposal of waste. Made or agree to be made. Made or agree to be made with or without consideration. So it may include monetary terms, it may be include pecuniary benefits. So that is why this type of transaction are considered as outward supply, and by such person, and you know what is person? Person means individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, company, AJP, etc. in course or furtherance of the business. So if these transactions are carried out for the course or furtherance of the business, then it is considered as outward supply. Let us understand with one example. Tech Computers Limited has supplied desktop of rupees 3 lakh and rate of GST is 12%. Amount is 36,000 and total is 3,36,000 to ABC Limited. So now from this case, you have to identify who is recipient, who is supplier, for whom it is inward supply, for whom it is outward supply. So from this situation, we can make out that it is inward supply for recipient. And who is recipient in this case? ABC Limited is a recipient. So for ABC Limited, it is a inward supply, whereas it is an outward supply for supplier. And in this example, supplier is Tech Computers Limited, so it is a outward supply for Tech Computers Limited. Now, types of supply on the basis of taxability. So on the basis of taxability, there are different types of supply. It is divided into two parts. One, taxable supply. Another is exempted supply. Taxable supply is further classified into two types: supply on which GST will be charged and zero rated supply. Now, supply on which GST will be charged and zero rated supply. For example, product A and product B, GST rate is 18% and 28%. So this is a taxable supply on which GST rate is given. So that is why it is a taxable supply. And zero rated supply is a supply which is supplied to sales unit, special economic zone, or developer of sales or export of goods or services. So any goods, any taxable goods or exempted goods supplied to these sales units or it is exported, then it will become zero rated supply. And if it is a zero rated supply, it is taxable supply. Now next category is exempted supply. Exempted supply is further classified into two categories: nil rated supply and another is non-taxable supply. Nil rated supply means product where GST rate is dash or nil or exempted is written. Say for example, product A rate is nil, product B rate is exempted. It is exempted. Exemption is given by notification. So this type of goods becomes exempted goods, and if this type of goods are supplied, then it will become exempted supply. Now non-taxable supply means where GST rate is not yet announced by GST Council and it is not covered under GST right now, but it may be covered in future, like petrol, diesel, etc. And next one is negative list goods, which is there in GST, but tax rate is not applicable on such kind of goods, like sale of building, sale of land. So these type of transactions are covered under non-taxable supply. Now let us take one example to clarify the meaning. There are four products: product A, product B, product C, and product D. On product A, rate is 28%. On product B, rate is 12%. And product C is exempt. And product D is rate is dash. So from this, product A, and product B are taxable supply. Why? Because rate is given. Product C is exempt supply, because it is clearly said that it is exempt from tax. Product D is nil rated supply, and if product A, B, C or D supply to sales or export, special economic zone, or if it is exported, then it will become zero rated supply. It will be treated as a zero rated supply, and as it is a zero rated supply, it is considered as a taxable supply. Hope you understand the meaning of taxable supply, non-taxable supply, inward supply, and outward supply.
Thanks for watching my video. Do like and subscribe my YouTube channel.